incredibly good to be getting back with you on TME on this pleasant late November day while we're crawling up Gusty Gap here. I-77, just got into Virginia, going north, and I wanted to capture Gusty Gap. We've got a high wind advisory at the moment, high profile vehicle blowover hazard. I was very curious as to how a flatbed would react to high wind on a semi truck. Now, I've come through here several times. This will be my first time coming through hauling a flatbed. I've encountered some pretty gusty wind in this thing, but when you're coming through here, it's another level of wind for sure. Now, I've come through here with plenty of van trailers. Check out the view, by the way. And I've been pushed around pretty hard in these lanes in the past. Granted, I hadn't been up this grade in probably 3 years, and you would think that the high wind wouldn't be as big of a deal if you're hauling a flatbed trailer because it doesn't have any walls, right? Well, that's a good theory, but I've actually found that it gets a little bit more intense in this cab. So while you might not be as much of a risk of rolling over on the backside, you're still getting tossed and knocked around like one of those, you guys know those inflatable guys with the arms that do the tilting things? That's kind of what it's like when you're hauling a flatbed. You're just kind of blowing all over the place, but it's just the cab doing it, it's not the trailer. So yeah, so as long as you can get used to that, I guess it's not as big of a deal. But it's still pretty intense, especially when you hit those real gusty winds. So we're gonna head up here and see what happens. Now, I'm actually headed up to Bluefield, Virginia, which is right below West Virginia. I mean, it's so close to West Virginia that I'm actually gonna have to cross the state line on I-77 to get to my exit for Bluefield. So yeah, we're gonna come up here to the interchange with I-81. We're gonna get off and head west. We're gonna get on that section where 81 and 77 come together, and then we're actually gonna veer back off to the north toward West Virginia on 77. So I've got some steel plates to deliver up there, and this is actually stop 2 of 2 stops. So this particular load, I picked it up yesterday in Brazelton, Georgia, brought it up here, and my first delivery was in Mount Airy. I didn't really feel the need to hit the record button until I got up here to Gusty Gap. But after I make the second delivery, I'm gonna have to head over to, gosh, I'm gonna have to look at it again. I can't remember the name of the city in Virginia. It looks like I'm gonna be picking up some bags of fertilizer, which I'm gonna have to tarp, and I'm taking that back down to Greenville, South Carolina. So welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing good. I just want to say again that I appreciate you guys who watch my videos consistently, despite, you know, sometimes having to put up with me. And again, I want to thank some of you for the comments that you leave. They help me more than you'll ever know, I'll say that. Made it to the other side. Now we're going to descend. Of course, you know, it's nowhere near as serious on the north side when you're descending as it is on the south side. It's still a downgrade though. I'll tell you one thing, it's nice to get out of South Carolina at least for a little while. Even though I'm headed right back down there. But it's kind of cool to be coming up to Virginia. I don't come here too often. Very overcast today. I'm thinking it's a possibility we could get some precipitation. And if I'm honest, I could just be seeing things, but it almost looks like I'm seeing a snow flurry or two every now and then. This right here, this is a very Christmas card kind of landscape. It always reminds me of like Thomas Kincaid or something. You know, the painter. Yeah, I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not, but there's some snow flurries out there. Kind of cool, you know, being from Georgia and all, and being out here on the road in several years. It's been a long time since I've seen any snow. Okay, we're right here at the interchange where 81 forks off and heads up toward Pennsylvania. It's a long way up there. Ain't no joke. Little white knuckle this morning. I like it. I gotta get pumped up somehow. For when I get out of the truck and have to get to work. Yeah, I need to pump myself up somehow. Okay, I know I mentioned the snow flurries earlier. It's actually snowing now. It's not flurrying anymore. It's actually snowing up here. Actually already here where the two interstates split. 81 goes south toward Knoxville and I-40, and where I was on my last trip. And well, we're gonna stay on 77 and keep going north. This wind, man, you're on these sharp curves and you're changing direction with the wind blowing like that. It almost makes you feel like a bobblehead or something. And we've actually got that kind of sort of thick, not too bad, but kind of thick blowing snow right here. As long as it stays in the air and doesn't start piling up on the ground, I think we'll be all right. It's not that cold, so I don't know that it'll actually do anything. I missed that. I was hoping I pushed the record button a little bit too late, but Prime just passed me and almost regretted it. He must be empty. Whole back end of his trailer just swooped over. I don't think I got that on camera, but Big Walker Mountain Tunnel. I think there's like 2 of these. Maybe I'm thinking about Pennsylvania. I can't remember. Might be getting it confused with, what is that, I-76 in Pennsylvania. It's got like 2 or 3 of these tunnels on the turnpike. It's been a long time, guys. It's even gustier up here on the other side of that mountain. Well, we got about 18 miles to exit 1 in West Virginia. Well, I can see the snow on the road. It seems like it's pretty dry though, because if you look down, you can actually see it drifting. Oh, that way station's closed. It is sticking a little bit up here. Oh, that's why the way station's closed. It's because the ramp's full. Today is definitely the day for some two-handed driving. I'll tell you that. Good grief. My memory was not deceiving me. There is a second tunnel, but we're not going to be going through it. Actually, we are. Never mind. What am I thinking? Okay, there's I guess the last exit for Virginia is right here. And the first exit for West Virginia is just outside of the tunnel. Well, as you can see, there is a little bit of snow on the ground, but thankfully it's not snowing up here. Welcome to wild and wonderful West Virginia. I know I mentioned this in a previous video, but I do have family that lives up here. I don't know them. A lot of them I've never met. Some of them I haven't seen since I was a small child, so yeah. Our exit is right here. Just outside of the tunnel. U-turn exit. Speed limit 15 miles an hour. I might have been a bit early, but I need to slow down fast. There's actually more snow on the ground than I thought there would be. They even got a snow plow out here. You see it? Looks like they got some salt on the road too, thankfully. Well, if this ain't one of the most convoluted things I ever did see. Doing a little loop-de-loop to go in the same direction. Okay. That's what's up. But we're about 8 miles away from the place at this point on US 460 and US 52. Welcome to Virginia. Wait a second. What's going on here? Yeah, guys. I had to go up into West Virginia from Virginia to get into Virginia. How does that work? There's a big giant mountain right there, and you have it's the only way through is the tunnel, I guess. Okay, so we finally reached our exit here for Bluefield. Looks like it's State Route 720. Hockman Pike. We got another one of these weird U-turn type exits. Castle. Well, the good news is we're just making a left, and then it looks like the place is just up here on the right. So right off of this highway. Anyway. Okay, the place is literally right here. A little confused as to which way to go in, but it's like maybe over here. They don't have any signs or anything, so gonna come in right here, I guess. Oh, it looks like as good of a place as any to me. I've got 2 tarps to roll up.